Hi and welcome to this week's update. This is Sunday morning. I'm actually off on a weekend. I think I've got 2 weekends off, which is unusual. I don't actually particularly like having a weekend off though. I prefer to have my days in the week. But anyway, what a response from the 5,000 subscribers giveaway. Absolutely amazing. Thank you everybody. As you'll probably notice, some of you don't have an answer to your question quite yet with a number. It's just that the response was so overwhelming, it's taken me quite a while to go through write everybody's questions down, because obviously these questions are going to come out in future videos. So I need to write all the questions down. I need to write all your names down and allocate you a number, and then message you allocating that number. So it's going to take quite a while. I think it probably will take another week for me to catch up, because the Zelda video which came out after it, I haven't answered those questions yet, just because I'm a bit backlogged answering these ones. But I hope to be completely up to date by the end of the coming week, because obviously we've got the giveaway will be drawn next week. Now it won't be live because I'm working. It'll be done, it'll be a pre-recorded, much like today, and it's not an ideal way I'd like to do it. I'd prefer to do it live, but I just am not off, so it has to be done that way. So it will be recorded probably next Sunday evening. So if you go to that 5k video, get your question in before next Sunday in order to be drawn, because it will be drawn on, it'll be the Sunday evening that I do it and record the video. I'll try and leave it till as late as I can before I draw it, just in case there's others that come along. But make sure that, I think all the regular names that I see, I think everybody's on there. But yeah, just make sure, if you're new to the channel, make sure you go on there, get your question in, tell me where you are, and sub obviously to the channel. And that will be drawn on Sunday, but will be announced in my update on Monday. So that's that. But the one thing I really liked about it is to see where everybody's from, because you sort of think the USA, obviously, because I know there's a lot of you from there, because I'm either friends on Facebook or other things, and the same in the UK. I mean, there's slightly more in the UK than there is everywhere else. But all over the world, I'm absolutely astounded by the amount of places. There's Russia and there's Europe and Australia, everywhere. It's just brilliant, and that's really that's nice. And a lot of people from Canada as well. So yeah, really nice. And Spain. Oh, there's so many places. Just I could go on naming them. There's that many different places. So thank you for all coming along and doing that. And yeah, rambling a bit today because I've got a big amount of stuff to get done today. So yeah, questions, loving the questions. There's not too many, some that's quite similar to each other, but there's actually not. There's such a wide array of questions, which is also brilliant, and some really good ones. So like I say, I've probably got enough questions already to last me throughout the year. So you will find that during updates these questions will just come randomly as I go through probably the next year, because there's so many questions. Now my shout outs for this week. Been a good week on YouTube. Stephen's 8x6 workshop, the bowl without the lathe challenge he did this week. What work is in his origami, God, I hope I pronounced that right, projects. And of course Stephen made me this, and I spend quite a lot of time looking at this I was trying to figure out how he was making it, but in that video he shows you how he made a bowl, and the technique is the same as this, and he explains on how he gets the curves and everything on it. So brilliant video, Stephen. I'm going to put the links below to it. Do go and check it out. Really, we're just not seeing anything that Stephen's doing like that as well. So brilliant. But yeah, and it should last me 100 years, Stephen. Good. It'll outlive me. So, and who else was the other one? James Garwood. James I met at Maker Central last year, and he also has a channel, and his channel is brilliant. He started off so well. I definitely see this channel going far. The projects he makes are really, really good and are just getting better. Styling of video and everything's far better than I can do. He's really good. But he made a pen out of money. Now it was UK £5 notes he did. I'd love to know where you get them. I keep meaning to go and have a search on it because the colours are brilliant. Because the UK £5 notes got blues in it. So I don't often carry cash, so I don't have a £5 note on me. So, but they're like shades of blue. They look absolutely brilliant in his pen blank that he made. So I'll link that video in as well. Do go and check James out and subscribe. The same as Stephen. Go and subscribe to these channels. Really good channels to be subscribed to. Carl Jacobson's video this week was resin with aluminium honeycomb. And I was just laughing because last week I cast this. It's ready for a future project, but it also has honeycomb in it, so you can't really see, you can only see a little bit of it there, but it actually has aluminium honeycomb in there. Couldn't believe it when he did that video this week. I thought, oh well, I must be doing quite well. I'm up on it with Carl Jacobson. So that's a project you're going to be seeing in the future coming up. And his one turned out absolutely beautiful, as all his projects turn out absolutely beautiful. Oh yeah, update on the chess set. I was actually hoping that I would get that chess set piece video up this week, but it's just not going to happen. I'm not quite finished the pawns from the one side. Just about finished. Probably another day in the shed would have those parts finished, but they're not quite finished, and it's not something I want to rush in order to get up for a video. I have plenty of videos lined up, so it's not necessary for me to rush it, but it will be coming out. I think it'll be next week, and that's all the pawns for the first side. I was swaying on whether to complete one side at a time or do the pawns and then do the pawns from the other side, but I think I will possibly just complete the whole chess set for the one side first. So once the pawns are done, then we'll move on. I'm not quite sure which ones are going to be doing next. I'll probably going up with the intensity because it'll be some of the bits are a bit more complicated because I'm going to have to carve some resin. So I'm not quite sure what pieces will come next, but yeah, that first video of the completion of them will be up, and really pleased with what I'm seeing so far. This week's video is another one from me and Jim. Wednesday's video will be the second one because we recorded 3 videos, so it's another whole new technique again. So yeah, that one will be going up Wednesday, and I've got a little video going up at the end of the week because, as you know, let me move this bit out of the way. I was one of the testers for the microfine, the Yorkshire grip microfine. Brilliant stuff. This stuff sort of changes quite a lot of what I do and takes the work out of it. I mean, the chess pieces, these are all completed with this. It saves hours of work, actually, this stuff. This is the original Yorkshire grit. It's obviously in the old silver tins. They now come in a black tin, but obviously I'm still using what I've got here. So yeah, I have a project coming out that will be using these, and it's in jewellery. It's a total game changer. It could, you know, it'd be really helpful for a lot of people who don't have the lathe with buffing wheels, and, you know, don't want to have to buy specialist equipment. We're going to be looking at just sanding and just using these, and then maybe using a polish on them after. To complete the jewellery. That video I'm just going to be completing today, and I'm going to put it up for you on Saturday, because it's not a long video, but it'll show me using these in the jewellery side of things. A lot of people are always asking me about paste, but I've never really found anything that I was happy with before, but this I am happy with. So that will be going up at the weekend. We'll be testing that out, and we'll be seeing how I get on with it, really. So there's that coming up. I will put links to Yorkshire Grit. It's brilliant stuff. It works on your woods, it works on your resin, it just works on everything. You use the original first, and then the microfine gives you an even higher shine and removes, it's also an abrasive paste, so it then removes any finer scratches on it. It sort of takes your paste off your on my pens. When I use it, I just use these all done with it, you know, the ones for the giveaway. So you just sand. I sanded up to 600, then I used Yorkshire Grit, and then I use the microfine. Sometimes if I have blemishes in some of them, I will do them CA. But that's mostly with just the wood ones. I would still then go on to do the final finish. It just takes out some of the abrasives that I have to use. Probably a little bit cheaper to do it this way than buying all the equipment to do it the other way. Although I'm not saying I don't use those other techniques, I definitely do. You'll see that I've got a video which has actually been sat there for quite a while, and I use different techniques, but that was because I didn't have that one at that time when I filmed it. So that's been enough rambling. I'll put out the links in the bottom to Yorkshire Grit, because they now at House of Resin, they sell both, so it's an easy place for you again to get it. I think that's probably about me today. It's just a quick one today because the Zelda painter, let me get that. Yeah, the Zelda wall art, really delighted with it. Video went down really well. It was such a great project to do. It will be going up in my living room. I just haven't had time to sort the brackets out in the back really to put it up, but meanwhile it'll stay in here until I'm ready and organised to put it up. But yeah, really pleased with it. Came out really well. It did come out as I imagined. The routing was quite difficult, like on the sword and stuff, not perfectly straight and things, but actually, and I wondered how that would affect it towards the end, but I was quite happy with it, to be quite honest. It came out just as I imagined. It's probably glaring at you there because it's got one heck of a glare on it. So anyway, I'll put that down. But yeah, thank you very much. Great response to that. Like I say, it was a really enjoyable project to make, and there's so much you can do. There's the resin art stuff I absolutely love, and every now and again I'll take a gee to doing one. I do have another project in mind, but I just haven't got round to working out, because I know what the design is that I want, but I haven't worked it all out yet, so it's not been filmed, and plus I've still got this big backlog of videos ready to go out. So I'm off. Have a great week, everybody. Take care in your workshops. Don't forget to get your answers or your questions in by next Sunday if possible, and take care. See you again next week. Hope you enjoy the week's videos.